said it rightly. Maybe the minister, whoever they can take it at the top level, and then hand it down to us and we follow, because the university has a policy. And the president, I'm telling you the fact, the president or self of the university doesn't have the power to do that. He has to go through, as I speak to you, offer one a money. So if offer say will not accept it, they will not accept it. So it has to go through academic coordination. It accepted, it moves to faculty senate, it's accepted, it goes to the board of trustees, in fact it goes to cabinet, it's accepted, then it goes to the board of trustees for final approval. So it's not sitting here and saying we appeal. It's a process. Fortunately for the ministry, the minister is a member of the board of trustees at the University of Liberia. So they can handle that. But to say we are appealing, we appeal, but we can listen to the appeal, we can't do anything about the appeal. So that can be done. And you also talk about the English and the math. If you do your own English and the math, you have to do it.
No, we didn't put it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As you are saying, we should allow you to accept the course.
No, the English and math are not included because we said that is college, that is university required courses.
That's why I made
so we don't
emphasis
have
on it.
control over that. Only the college, which is education department.
And that if you will calculate only the ECE courses, I think it will be less than 25.
We remove the math, we remove the computer, we remove the English.
We remove social science.
We remove social science.
So it will be less.
So if you calculate,
now.
I think down there it will be 13. Last night it was 13 plus 19.
Only the ECE courses we are.
See.
You mean the second semester it will not be 19?
It will not be 19.
Remove English and math.
We'll remove English.
The director wants to speak. No, the director wants to speak.
Please get to where you have the structure and saying portfolio development. Although in your presentation you said that it's not a course, right? But a concept that we would like for our future teachers to adapt, right? So I would like to suggest that we bring it earlier.
Okay.
Then another part.
I think so.
So that concept will keep building up, because this is like tied to journaling.
Yes.
So maybe journaling has to be included so that they will have that skill of like having that reflective activities on their own self.
We thought on it, but we wanted for other people to look at it from different points.
But until then, we're talking less. We're waiting, and I've heard Dr. Kassa said that whatever we do here is all subject to further approval. But one hope we have is that the Minister of Education, we learned that she's part of the University Board and also chairperson of the High Commission on Education Board. And then they have the chairperson, I don't know, like general, executive director on the High Commission. Executive director, right? Fortunately, he himself was present, and in his own presentation, he stressed on this seamless transition. So as we're going along, we have a lot of hope that by the end of the day, we'll have something. Yeah, thank you.
So for the English, math, computer literacy, that is university required courses. So when they come over, they will be forced to do that because it's outside.
It left with what you do. No, I wanted to say, you don't have it left with what you do. If you went by the English 101 that is there that we do, if you got the content and do it, because when you send the document, the student you usually request for the curriculum that you are using. We want to see the description of the courses, not the nomenclature, but the description. So if you send your English 101 and 102, the name is that our concern. We go to the description. What the English 101 you did, what you went through, what were the topics or things you covered during your training? And if it is in line with what we did, then you don't have to do it. But if it is different, you have to do it. So if you even want to help the students further, is to get the English program, get the exactly what they are teaching, and you have the faculty to do it. Then when it gets there, we take our portion, the education portion, we send the other portion to the, in fact, we will send the admission office, we send it to them and say, this won't honor you. So you look at it, say in line with your program. When it's in line, you don't have to do it.
Thank you, Dad. So, for the recommendations that we are going to make, we have a little bit justification that we can convince the higher education. Because I will use UL as an example. I don't know about other universities. UL they have AA program when the policy was existing. But now that we do, it's a good justification to try to do that recommendation to the higher education office that since we have AA and we have people coming from C, they can enroll in the AA program now that the curriculum is in alignment with the university AA program. I just needed to add that.
Yeah, for us at Washington, we already having the AA that we have the C coming to AA already. So we are using that as we speak. So for us,
But no, your money planted. I need to go look at it.
I
Look at it.
still coming back.
All right, thank you very much. First thing you said, just that you convinced the NCC, so convince me first before going on the other side. All right, I'm looking at the credits, 44 credits. I think in my mind, there are too many, especially for the level. So there are some things that we can look in the curriculum that there are similarities there, that we can merge them to reduce some too many activities that all pointing to one thing. So I think we can revisit that and see how we can immerse some things together. Because for the 4 credits, there are too many for the level.
Yeah, we already said it can be that's what the English math, and social science and computer. We can remove that.
They remove them.
And moreover, I learned that the C certificate people, let's just take let's not look at the credit perspective first, right? Let's just look at the courses. Because we assign number to what we add, and we assign number, we can decide to say, okay, we reduce the number as the credit. But the courses, they say they're going to send school from Monday to Friday, every day, and then 2 to 5. And if we go, they want to so we assign the number.
And I think that's the point.
We can reduce the number.
We no, I think UL is looking at the description.
You looking at the description.
They are not looking at whether you put the number there or so. Current number they look at. They are looking at the description. What it is. You got 2, and the description is not the 2 that match. What are that 3 at the end of the day? Because the justification is that the number of time, space that the RTIA has. And I understand your point that probably we are saying maybe 23 more credit less for an associate program. Yeah, exactly. I know where you're pointing to. Yes. And we can also look at that, but make your point.
We can reduce the number.
Yes, if reducing the number will help.
Yeah.
Also take into consideration the content. For example, look at the practicum. That looks really bulky. The ECD curriculum, 8 parts, that's a 212-page document. We are going to use that for this course. We're going to include the teacher planners.
2 semesters.
We're going to, the practicum is not for 1 semester, or you course and course.
2
semesters, right?
1 and 2.
Okay, good. So, I see practicum 1 year. Do we have it there, practicum 2?
Yes.
With the same content area?
Yes. The only difference is one you doing your macro teaching and the other one you going to
Fee experience and
continuation.
Wait.
So you do part 1 and part
Then
2.
we have to be definite, right?
Yeah.
If in practical we are looking at the curriculum, which includes 8 parts, and we're looking at teacher planner, let's limit it to that. We shouldn't be people here and at the same time.
No.
Let me say something, Naomi.
We can't deal with the teacher planner for just one semester.
But I'm coming, look at practical 1. You have ECD curriculum, 8 parts, right?
Yes.
You have teacher planners in 5 thematic areas.
Yes.
You have that same 5 thematic areas to the next area, right?
Yeah.
So that means you do the same 5
Portion.
thematic area, portion.
Yes.
And that portion will be macro teaching, which is only in your classroom yet. Then when you go for part 2, you go in the field to experiment.
So can I say something?
So can I-
It's like math 1 and 2.
Because they are teaching it right now.
Yeah, and they
I'm coming, let me learn, right? So you quite better, you try to explain that, and I hope be very explicit at the end of the day. That's one.
Because the end you saw.
2, looking at the credit out. I think the second suggestion is kind of far better. They say you will extract the math and the French. If you extract the math and the French and the English, you're not helping the situation. Because when the person comes to my college, they will still have to do the courses.
Yeah, that's
So that means the credit will still
No,
escalate.
it is not. It is not. It is not fine.
Come again.
It is not fine.
Mhm.
It is not fine for the people to repeat
That,
the math and English.
and that's why people don't take it out. That's
No, I'm not saying that you repeat.
No,
Let me
no,
say
I'm not
something.
saying. I'm saying if you take it out,
Mhm.
it means that they got to redo when they go.
But then
So,
I'm saying
Or-
hold
it's
on.
not redo.
Hello. I'm not saying redo. I'm saying they will do it when they go there. I'm saying so.
let me say something.
Wait,
That's why.
So that's why I'm saying, you know, that's why I said here yesterday or today that we are reviewing and revising this whole English language art and math content. And that's why I'm pushing that particular content, if it's going to be shown to whatsoever group that will be here for the primary program, it is also going to be shown in other places that teachers, educators will gather. Because the reason for that is that we don't want the Ministry of Education having a content that is different from the university, because we don't want, when it has been done in first year, somebody go back and say, no, there was not everything that was. No. So that's the main reason why when we are pushing for that to be demonstrated, presented here, people ask questions, sometimes it will also help even the TA. And some of these comments that we are making, we are going to tell them that we are finding a seamless transition pathway. And if those things were not considered, we will be telling SMT that it is a problem and they cannot approve something that will be a hurdles along the way. So I'm saying in essence that the math, the English and the math should be there. So
Pupil-led education program for all types of schools.
Cannot approve something that will be a hurdle. Am I right?
yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. So you see why we're taking talk about the policy initially? Because you do this, you take it to SMT, you have not negotiated, that would be a problem. So we
No,
said,
I'm not getting you. Please come on.
you said,
Yeah.
SMT cannot approve something that will bring problem cost along.
Yes, that probably is a future problem
Yeah.
along the way.
So that is why I'm saying initially I said we should end no policy issue. And you said it should come last. Because you can do this and you have to, they approve it, then they put it down. Then they start running after policy issue. You see the thing I was saying?
No, I think we say it in different ways.
Okay.
We say it in different ways. In that
Who
I'm just saying, whatsoever the university have as math or English, the description that you are talking about that is actually the meeting, not the course title, not everything, not But the description, it means that everything that we are proposing for first year in English language arts, it should align with those schools so that when somebody have completed and they did English language art at the C certificate program, whatsoever, because we are training those people to be teachers, like we said. And if we are training them, it means that if they intend to go to the university, they could suggest that probably like, okay, you have a C certificate and this is where I want to be. So if they go outside tomorrow for a refresher training or something into a bigger pool, no other course description should be conflicting. Not because this person is a first year and this other person is a C certificate, they must have had everything together. That's my point. So I'm pointing back to that whatsoever we are doing must also take into consideration what the university and other people have right now that we will look at to complete before SMT approval. That's what I said.
Okay, let me say something. And you know, I like technology very well. And thank God I have witnesses here. Because I know when we get to that meeting, we say the dean, say we're in that meeting, we're doing our curriculum. You know what I'm saying? The same people say, but the dean was on our committee that works on the curriculum. But this dean is telling you that policy issue. You please recall me. So tomorrow, that recording can be my witness that I said there were policy issues. I know Mr. Jala was here and she knows that I'm here. Everybody else will say, but the dean was there. And the dean was one of those who work on that thing and say, first years can go. But the dean is saying, before first year go, they got to handle the policy issue. I have so many witnesses here. I leave my case, I'm not going to talk to them.
So I think what we need to do is to look at the credit hours.
I mean, are you going to?
The credits.
Are you going to?
No.
Are you going to?
The credit
We
Did you
cannot.
hear the phone?
reduce the credit hour.
So let it finish,
Because
then
if
we'll
they
talk.
come to
I
the
want this one
university,
and
if the
then
credit hour at the university, we're not expecting them to do one, then they repeat that course. So the credit hour should be something.
We are looking at a new suggested courses that
Maybe what we could do now,
added to them.
it's not a part of.
But my point,
know how many credit hours C certificate supposed to complete?
C certificate should have, if it's 67, at most for C certificate should have 30, let's say 34 or so, 34, 35.
Like we have said over and over, we don't have
Credits.
for the ECE mainly.
Yeah.
We don't have the program there yet.
Yes.
Then the primary program that we are running, the C certificate program, it has been like a training, but we focus more on it clock hour or contact hours. But when you calculate them cumulatively, you may have around 31.
Yeah, so I think we are
But in
saying,
every aspect,
yes,
both
every
on the
aspect,
theoretical,
I think basically we're around
practical,
31, 35 or something. Yes.
So that work.
So
Yeah,
say with
35.
That work
With
in
that
that area.
number in mind,
That range.
we can work on that.
That works. So for me, what I'm looking at, the credit hour does not matter. What is key right now is to work on the course description. Because when the description carries the actual content,
One person on the floor.
when the description carries the actual content that we
Now, Miss
need,
Law said, let me mentor you when you're
that will
hello.
actually absorb everything that we're thinking about in our mind, then there is no issue. Because like that was saying, if my one-on-one content, code description, go inside with what UL is doing, what TU is doing, what the C certificate is offering, then there is no problem.
But no, there's a
But-
problem.
but-
There's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
Okay.
If the contents are the same and you are taking it as
2 credits, and they are taking it as 3.
They can't work.
Go there,
They can't accept.
1 credit will be.
They can't accept.
There'll be 1 credit.
for
So
my-
it has to be the same credits.
They can't accept because
You can make it 2, and they got it 3. They put the 1 credit will
We
ask
didn't,
for
we
it.
didn't touch the university courses credit hour
Yes,
just as it is.
Exactly.
The one
So-
we had that one we're talking about.
our addition,
Now,
this
that's,
is-
no, wait,
that's
wait,
what-
wait, you not getting it.
University credit
We
hour.
are trying, we are looking for a smooth transition.
yeah.
And they are saying, if you come to us, you must be aligned 100%. The content must be the same. And if we are saying, this course that we are offering is 3 credits with such and such a content, and you are offering, you have the same content. If you have it for 1 credit, when you come to us, we won't take it as 3 because you did it at 1. So the other 2 that will be remaining, what will happen? That's how we want. So there is a problem.
One is on the board, we didn't touch the university.
We just talk exactly. So if we are dealing with these courses, we are working along with the university course guide, course dedication, course everything. So the only thing we're going to do is to provide those materials to the RTTs. My point is that was stated that the credit hours, I think for first semester it's supposed to be around 17, 18. So if it exceeds, it becomes a problem. So that's why I said we should see how best we can.
The ones we have added that the university.
And again. So sorry, Donna.
Yeah.
Again, like I said previously, they use like the RTTR. The RTTR has windows behind the university. So there are more time, more space that they have gained. I understand where the National Commission is coming from with the nomenclature of 44 that probably exceeds almost 9 more than they require. I understand that point. But the point also the National Commission needs to take into consideration is that the RTTR is about 19 weeks. Then the university is around 15 to 16. So the extra windows, it is where they are making up with this. And like we are saying, it is preparation for probably those who might just want to have a livelihood. I don't think in my mind it is bad to have more. In fact, the legal people say surplus vitiate. Mean that it doesn't spoil if you get more content than actually required. So I agree from the point you are saying. So if the people dilute this because of
The time.
because of the requirement from this that they should have at 35 and they go to 44, it means the 9 over. So probably you want to go plug in or so. Then we come back to the same issue that if you plug in reduce to 2, even though that you may have the same content, the university will be saying, but you did not teach there for this number of clock hours and the number of days. And that it will be a different kind of a justification altogether. So I think it is about reasoning here, it's about rationale. And like we say, as we go about with it, and I'm pointing to the commission now, it is that the Rural Teacher Training Institute, if you go and you see the Monday to Saturday classroom, you will know Monday to Friday classes, 90 minutes per 90 minutes per section. So at the end of the day, it's about understanding exactly the level of window that they have there. And I think based on that, that's why I conclude, as I give it back to you, Naomi. That's why I conclude to say, the soul of the law is reasoning. And if you have 15 weeks to teach something, and I have 20 weeks to teach something, I teach not 5 weeks. in the additional 5 weeks, I have been doing other long content that probably you have done. And into that, I have done more credit. I'm not saying those credits I have done must now be given extra preference in my second year. I'm just saying it should prepare me in first year more to be accepted anywhere that I hope. And the commission should understand. Go back.
I think,
Let me take out the account.
That been a microphone.
No, university. Not university of Liberia. Sorry.
Now we're coming to this point. We have not been in line.
Hold on, please.
That's why you have been following this TU people.
no.
Where are you?
Now you
Sorry. We won't get you, please.
We are not that far from what the other universities are doing. But TU and Stellar, we are not 100% of this. We have most of it, we have the training all the time, be minded with us. We have most of those things. But our certain thing in the formal English they have it, we are not having like that. TU, I speak for TU and Stellar. So when we're talking about university, we should not be relaxed because all universities are their own part. We should take into consideration these two highly esteemed universities in
The test
Nigeria.
program they were not part of the test.
Yes, so we should also take us into consideration. That's one. Yeah. Two, and we shouldn't just say, okay, because there's already other universities, it's an advantage to the RTD Arts. We're not going to take project with RTD for the convenience of the RTD Arts. There should be convenience for the universities as well as the RTD Arts. So we should take everything into consideration. And lastly, as I want to add, and that Kakata made a very salient point when it comes to required education, required courses like English and math. So I think to put that behind us, let us get the content of the Liberia universities, English and math, and try to insert it in what we have here tomorrow. It does not become a problem. That is it. But again, my problem is the huge credits that we have here. We are running universities. That 25 credits is not feasible. At month, Polytechnic is not feasible. We run 25 credit hours per semester is not possible. Let us try and look at it in a way that we all can work with it because we want to align. That is the overall objective here.
I agree. You said plenty of things. Eva, you want to say something to all your
So, I think for day one, right? For day one, we said we should adapt the course, the freshman courses from the university, right? We all agree to that. So we agree to that. Any other addition now, in my mind, whatever discussions about it should come from the TDI. Because they are the ones that are going to incorporate these additional ones to the already know that existing that they pick up from the university.
Hey, university not adding to this.
So they do actually pick up. Is that what you
That's how we can say the benefit would be for somebody who's graduating from C or they are not going to university. So when you come to university, the courses are not for the university. Only for the TTRs. They are not for the university. Only for the TTRs. So when you come to the university, the one that belongs to the university is what the university takes.
So we stick to what we have.
Yes. We didn't add anything, we didn't reduce anything.
Hello,
somebody on the phone. Hello, Leona. Leona, somebody on the phone.
So one thing I would suggest here is, now that the suggestion has been made by our colleagues from the university, right, on the courses that should be added to equip our graduates to be able to go in the classroom. Let us now give the ball to the TDI people, let them go and sit together and maybe come out with how they can incorporate these additional courses on the existing freshman courses that we took from the university. Then they can do maybe presentation on it tomorrow. I don't think
So let me provide clarity as well. What the TTI gave us. Because we had the university courses on one side and we had the TTR on one side. So we look within the TTR courses, you will find out that some of the courses the university also had. So we maintain the university courses. So these additional courses came from the TTR.
The TTR program.
The TTR program. So it is not anything strange. We only copy and we paste it on not here because we needed to prepare the students for the classroom. That's all.
Let me
But
ask
this is
a
not for the
question. I'm not talking politics. You are part of politics. That won't be your. Let me ask one question. No, politics. Nobody will say that. Let me ask a question. Because if you, I'm asking a question because if it's on, maybe the battery is there, but it's on. If you take the curriculum, I mean the transcript from the RTTI to our mission office, the same thing you're trying to avoid will happen, except you do something before you send it in. If you show a mission office that you did 25 credit hours in one semester, you will have to stay there and justify. Because I think that only year I see the one, I know which country they're doing 25 credits. And you understand what I'm saying? So
hello. That one person speak, please.
If you take this and say, I'm telling you, because I'm an insider and I play with those things every semester. They are faculty, they don't know what we go through as administrators. Every curriculum, every university or community college that will send document to a mission office. A mission office don't touch it. They send it upstairs to the dean. The dean will now send it to the chairperson, who will go through, if the chairperson is not a chairperson area, they will send it to the person who is a specialist in that area to look at it, to compare the courses, and then you write back to the chairperson and say, these courses are accepted, these ones are rejected, right? Then they send it to the dean, who will finally sign it and send it back to a mission office before they can meet the person. Now, if you send 25 credits, people from a mission office are not here to understand why you're doing 25. So somebody from the RTTI will have to go and justify, or whether they will follow it with communication to tell them why you're doing 25, they will scratch it up. Frankly, they will scratch it up. Because the first they will tell you, say, nobody will doing 25 credit per semester. Then it's substandard. And you understand what I'm saying? So that one thing we should look at, except where the student decides to go to university and all the other courses you add as special courses, you do well with them. They got the knowledge, but you're not taking it. You're taking it within you, but you're not taking it on the paper to the people. That's the only way. But if you just leave it as 25 credit, I went to school in Ghana and see 25. I went to school in Barcelona and see 25. I went to University of Liberia and see 25. Maybe other postdocs 25. If you take this for 25, you will have to stand there to say why 25. So the only option you have now, once the students say, oh, I want to go to the University of Liberia, you have to do a special transcript.
Yes.
Removing the other courses. That's the only solution. And I say it again, I'm going to talk again.
I think that is a solution there. I think that's a solution there. Because our focus was on the acceptance
So, I don't know. Now there are universities.